Good afternoon, yet another edition of Scaling Uganda. Now, the agenda of government of Uganda in establishing centers of excellence for technical vocational education and training is to promote specialized and high standards of training, learning, as well as innovative research for better TVET solutions as part of the promotion of sustainability of initiatives. The government has ensured that its reforms agenda trickle down to vocational training institutions and ultimately the lowest levels of TVET in Uganda. Through the Uganda Skills Development Project, that is the USDP, government has partnered with growing centers of excellence with vocational training institutions for networking and mentorship purposes. So we have the Uganda Technical College of Lira, you have the UTC Elgon, we have UTC-Bushenyi, we have Bukalas Agriculture College. Each have been networked with the 3 vocational training institutions to improve on the quality and relevance of the training they provide. And today in studios with me I have Mr. Bafachi Gelvazio, the principal of Nyamitanga Technical College or Institute. We have Mr. Turia Habwe Boaz from Karera Technical Institute, and Mr. Wako Fred Emi from Lekatwe Technical Institute. You can be a part of this conversation. How? The hashtag is Skill for Success. My name is Andrew Chamagruba. Just to bring you to speed, let's first take a simple clip to understand this conversation deeper.
The government of Uganda is upgrading Uganda Technical College Bushenyi into a center of excellence for training in internationally accredited competency-based training in manufacturing courses. This process commenced through the Uganda Skills Development Project USDP and will be further consolidated in the future. As part of this transformation, UTC-Bushenyi has been networked with Nyamitanga Technical Institute, Lekatwe Technical Institute and Karera Technical Institute. The purpose of the networking arrangement between UTC-Bushenyi and the 3 technical institutes is to provide mentorship, support training and guidance to enable the technical institutes to provide quality demand training at their level. Lekatwe is a government-funded technical institute situated in Katwe, Kabatoro Town Council, Busongora Sub-Constituency and Kasese District in Western Uganda. It is bordered by Queen Elizabeth National Park, Lake Edward and Katwe Salt Lake, the biggest salt lake in the country. The Technical College started way back in 1983 in the buildings of the departed Asians, which were allocated to the custodian board. When the buildings outlived their life, the government through Katwe Kabatoro Town Council allocated 13 acres of land where government constructed the institute structures in 2012. This remains the home of the institute to date. In 2018, Lekatwe Technical Institute successfully competed against other institutions in the country to be among the 12 beneficiaries of the USDP project. The institution is both day and boarding. It trains in both formal and non-formal courses.
We've been training the normal programs, and on the way we have been engaged with the Uganda Skills Development programs, which we are right now implementing.
Under the USDP, Lekatwe Technical and Vocational Training Institute has received a new automated production workshop, toilet block and changing room block, as well as a storage facility. An entire classroom block has also been renovated at the institute to provide more space for training. A generator house has been provided with a complete generator set. The electricity system at the institute has also been upgraded to provide enough power to run the institute. Lekatwe Technical Institute has also received high-quality workshop equipment, information, education and communication equipment, furniture and consumables to facilitate training.
In this course here, it is somehow more of skills. It's CBET training. It is more of skills, not more of papers and words. It's you talk of something, a tool, you talk of a tool, it is a tool is given to students. And it is so much that it has been one-to-one.
The government of Uganda has also transformed Karera Technical Institute to provide high-quality, internationally accredited training in welding and metal fabrication. Karera Technical Institute is found in Kashozi Division, 9 kilometers from Kabohe, Bugonji, Kitagata Road in Shema Municipality, Shema District. The institute offers a wide range of training in electrical installation systems and maintenance, automotive mechanics, building, construction and agriculture. The institution also provides training in fashion and design, plumbing, as well as welding and metal fabrication. In the past, the institute was operating below its capacity due to the limited facilities that it had in place. As one of the institutions that benefited under the USDP, the quality of training that the institute offers has gradually improved to an extent where it now attracts high public enrollment.
After USDP came in, we have realized bigger number, and we have also realized that the people now can know our location and what we do at Karera Technical Institute.
Aside from designing and putting on offer a new course in welding and metal fabrication, the institute's facilities have been upgraded to match international standards. Just like the new courses offered at UTC-Bushenyi, Lekatwe Technical Institute and Nyamitanga Technical Institute, Sphera France, an expert vet training institute in France, has supported the institute to upgrade its curricula and facilities to offer better training.
We are very happy, and we are grateful to the government of Uganda, to the World Bank, to the PCU team that has identified the Karera Technical Institute to have that equipment and to facilitate us. Using the equipment that we have so far acquired from World Bank will be a reference for all the institutions and companies in the country to refer to us in case they want specialized welding.
Government has constructed a new welding and metal fabrication workshop, toilets and changing rooms, as well as storage facility at Karera Vocational Training Institute. Government has also provided a workshop, ICT equipment, furniture and fittings, as well as consumables for training for the institute. Nyamitanga Technical Institute is a government tertiary institution located in Nyamitanga Municipality in Mbara District. The institute provides technical and vocational education training at certificate level. The institute was founded by the Catholic Church of Mbara Archdiocese in the late 1950s as a rural technical school. It grew to a technical school and later to a technical institute. It is both day and boarding government grant-aided institution. The overall goal of Nyamitanga Technical Institute is to be the leading technical institute for the promotion of self-reliant training for sustainable development. This is being achieved through equipping the trainees with market-oriented technical knowledge and skills that can enable them to earn a living and contribute to national development. Nyamitanga trains highly skilled manpower in various trades and strengthens those that are already practicing in the industry. Reaching its ambitious goal has been a challenge to the institute over the years. This has been due to the absence of good training facilities, among others. However, through networking arrangements with UTC-Bushenyi reached with the support of USDP, Nyamitanga has been strengthened and upgraded to offer competency-based certificate training, a new plant maintenance workshop, toilet and changing room block, store and external works have been completed at the institute. The new workshop has also been fitted with state-of-the-art equipment for training. Nyamitanga has also received new ICT equipment, furniture and consumables to the new training direction.
Uganda Skills Development Project, we started with the curriculum development. Our instructors were trained on how to develop curriculum, and they participated in the development of the curriculum, which is running currently almost in the whole country. We went ahead after developing the curriculum. we looked at the relevant equipment that can be available to make that curriculum be implemented. We have received the equipment that meets international standards.
Retooling of instructors has been one of the key components of support that the government provided to UTC-Bushenyi, as well as 3 networking institutions. Aside from in-country trainings that were delivered at Sfere to benefit the college, a total of 36 instructors from UTC-Bushenyi and networking vocational training institutions traveled abroad to France, AFPA Training Center, for intensive training of global quality as well as exposure.
So far, as Nyamtanga Technical Institute, we are privileged that a staff of 73, including teaching and non-teaching staff, all of them have undergone different trainings. On a special note, we have got 7 instructors and 1 manager moving to train with one of our partners in France. Now we have the international accredited instructors and managers who can make the Nyamtanga Technical Institute at least move to the next level.
Like any other developed country, of course, it is well equipped. France, the institution in which we were, that is AFPA. What we could pick from there, of course, is how those machines are maintained, such that we are able to maintain the little we have, though we can't have to the capacity of their level. I think a total of around 90 instructors from this institution went to France and exposed to the same technology, which we are sure of as a team we can maintain it here.
When we were in France, we learned so many things, and most of them it was all about soft skills. How do you conduct yourself? How do you train? And how do you exercise the short course syllabus to students? And when we were in France, we saw so many machines, of which we are also having some here. And one of them we saw welding, MIG welding machines, arc welding machines.
The 3 institutions have admitted their first cohort of students who are now undergoing training.
I want to thank the instructors and the institute as well, because I'm now a changed property. I came here at Karela Technical Institute when I had no skill in my life, but now I'm ready. I have skills. I'm ready to join the world of work. I capture experience, and I also compete to live in a technology changing world.
After here, as I completed, I thought of doing my own business and get some money so that I could not be depending on other people.
Because now I can also install electricity in a building, I can also act as a foreman, I can also act as an engineer if a client comes to me. A girl who is still there confused whether you can offer an engineering course, come, don't be confused that only men are the ones who are in technical schools. Also girls can come to technical schools and gain more skills than men.
Interested Ugandans should enroll now and gain skills that will enable them to work anywhere in the world.
Ifokia, who got his first diploma from Uganda Technical College Elgon, can quickly find a job. Okezia, who did a short baking course at Bukalasa Agricultural College, can start her own business. And Kato, who got certification in mechanics, can earn a steady income. Then so can you. Your situation can change for the better. Olina potential. Enroll in any certified TVET institution and get the right skills to start a new career today. For more information, visit our offices at the Ministry of Education and Sports or our website at www.education.go.ug. You can also call us on 0417-893-600 or 0414-257-038 or 0417-893-701.
Those are the institutes we're talking to today. That is Kalera Technical Institute. We have Nyamitanga Technical Institute. Not forgetting what we call the Lake Katwe Technical Institute. My name is Andrew Chamagero, and this program is powered by the Ministry of Education and Sports, Skilling Uganda, with the support from the World Bank. Today in studios with me, I have great men, principals of all these institutes. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
I wanted to answer the question of gender, but the two ladies already answered there. And I want to start with Mr. Boaz. Where you come from at Kalera, what is Kalera's story?
Good afternoon, viewers and listeners. I'm Tuliahawe Boaz, principal of Kalera Technical Institute.
Correct.
Kalera Technical Institute is found in Kashozi Division, Shema Municipality, Shema District. It has lasted for so many years because it started in 1984. But all that time up to of recent, 3-4 years ago, we have been offering courses, but training both theory and practical, but theory taking a very big part. And when it came to field, our graduates would go and still start training in the companies before they get real employments. But today we are proud that we have our students being trained hands-on, and they go when they are really trained, and they go to get employment without being trained again. That is the pride we have as per now. But even before that, we had other, like welding and metal fabrication, a new course introduced among the many that we had. This one has excelled. We have just started it 4 years ago, and when World Bank came in, Uganda Skills Development Project, it took this course, and this course has been facilitated with well state-of-art equipment and so many other things, workshop inclusive, and our trainers being trained in the country and offshore. So we are very proud that we have experts, especially in the welding part and in other things, meaning the country and in and outside the country, we can now stand to receive people to come and learn from us and get skills from us and also do business with us.
Boaz, you've really taken us through a roller coaster, and that was very exciting. But I want us to look at Kalera before it was where it is today. 70% you say it was theoretical. It was not practical. What was the move like when they said you're going to go practical? What was the ambience like for your team, for the people you actually lead there? What was the kind of ambience, and how did you ready them to the new practical game that was coming?
First of all, we have TVET policy coming in place and changing the mode of training, because like we used to train, us and our instructors would only know training, passing a student, go get an employment. But with the TVET introduction and the TVET reforms, we have actually changed the mode from so much theory to at least bigger part of practical. So that a student gets trained and goes without getting another training before getting employment. So
did it cost you to train the team to be practical now, because it's the same team that was doing the 70% theory? Now here we have the equipment and the machines. How fast did it take you to baby step them into the new practical one?
Of course, you know, there is this attitude that people have. Now, like our instructors before, they knew it was the order of the day. They would teach and get satisfied and contented that they have done the work. But comparing what was in the industry,
vis-a-vis,
people in the industry were always giving us feedback that you see, you people, you are training, yes, but what you are giving us, our products now,
outdated.
We are not giving them what they needed. They were not satisfying them. So that and other things made us think twice. And also the TVET reforms, where we are changing to their hands-on, so that this person goes to the industry to do real work, not to do another training, except if there is another big machine that maybe has not been oriented to. But we have now the equipment, we have almost...
Prove yourself, it's just here.
Yeah. Yes.
I love that. Mr. Wako, Fred, your story could not be so far from what Kalera was.
Yes.
What was the story like of Lake Katwe before what we're seeing today? Because the buildings are new. Some of the equipment I see still have Kavera. The machines are still brand new. What was the story like of Lake Katwe, and what makes that institute stand out so much?
Good afternoon, viewers. My name is Wako Fred, Principal Lake Katwe Technical Institute. This is an institute which is located in Kasese district.
Correct.
In Katwe Kabatoro Town Council. It is bordering with the Queen Elizabeth National Park and Lake Edward.
Wow.
So we always have a glance at the tourists in our
even
place.
the kind of air that comes from the lake is quite a unique one.
Very fresh.
Yes.
As my colleague has said, Lake Katwe started some time back, 1983, and it was founded in departed Asian properties. And now, as time went on, those structures got dilapidated and they were condemned by the Ministry of Education and Sports, Engineering Department. So we were allocated another piece of land by the town council. So that's where we moved and constructed the first batch of buildings, which were sponsored by the Ministry of Education and Sports. Now, when the project came in, of course, it got us at home, and we had to facelift what was on ground. Also, we had to upgrade from where we were, because, as he has said, we didn't have enough workshops by that time. We didn't have enough classrooms, neither the equipment, because when you don't have a workshop, it means you don't have even the equipment.
Of course.
So now, when this project came in, we got an opportunity of being listed among those people to receive the modern equipment. Before, as it was, our instructors were being trained here locally, and still much of it, as we didn't have the equipment, it was theory. So now when we came in with the modern equipment, our instructors were taken for training, that is in France, to get knowledge which is in line with the equipment that we received, because much of the equipment is digital, which needed expertise.
Correct.
Not only our instructors going to France, but then we have the training partners from France who could also come to the institute to make sure that now the previous story goes away in a professional manner by training these people.
The incoming.
Yes.
Correct.
So that is where we are now, and we have already trained the first batch using this equipment under the short courses. So right now we are to recruit more and continue with the program. As you can see, that was the first batch being trained. So, so far we are at I don't know, at a modern level. We can also raise our heads high.
As a center of excellence.
Yes. So that is it. And you find that life has become more easy for Ugandans, that much of the equipment, even that we didn't get, it is at the center of excellence in Bushenyi.
That is close.
That is why we are networking. So that is the reason for networking. What we don't have at the VTIs is accessed at the center of excellence.
This is amazing.
So that is how we have moved to date.
It's very amazing. I'm very humbled at the humble beginnings and the consistency that was there, regardless of the changing times. Those who are just joining us, the conversation is the Scaling for Success, a conversation we are having, and today we are looking at the development of the network of vocational training institutions under the UTC-Bushenyi for specialized training. Now, if we go to Nyamitanga, Mr. Gilvazio, what is the story of Nyamitanga? We've heard from Kadera, we've heard from Lake Katwe, and we're still going to dig in deep there. Nyamitanga, how are we holding up in Nyamitanga?
Thank you, Andrew. Good afternoon, viewers. I'm Obafachi Gilva, Principal Nyamitanga Technical Institute. Nyamitanga is as old as 69 years. It started way back in 1953.
That is old.
Yeah, by missionaries. Nyamitanga is found in Mbarara City, just down the Cathedral of Nyamitanga.
In that valley?
In that valley, on the road to Isinjiro. Nyamitanga started as a missionary school. By that time, it had only 2 courses, carpentry and joinery and building construction. It kept moving up, and in 1975, it became a technical school. It moved up to 1984 when it was given a technical institute status. We have passed through all those levels. It started as a crawling child, and now we have moved to a technical institute status, whereby we are becoming even a center of excellence. Nyamitanga, we are proud of being in the city, and actually, its uniqueness originates from that. Being in the city, having a good infrastructure, having a good trained and skilled staff, having a good enrollment, we are actually proud of that. Nyamitanga, before it started to become a center of excellence, it had 5 courses. That is building construction, carpentry and joinery, electrical, motor vehicle mechanics and driving. Then we have plumbing and fashion and design. So now we have 6 courses. After entering being a center of excellence, we even brought on fashion and design. We did not have this. But when it became known by USDP, then everybody started asking for different courses, because all the people, I think, inside the country and outside the country now know Nyamitanga as a famous technical institute. We are actually, Andrew, we are unique in very many different things. When you go to Nyamitanga, like you have seen on the show, and you enter the gate, all our staff members are unique in that they know everything about Nyamitanga. Right away from the gate, the gateman will tell you what Nyamitanga is from top to bottom. When you meet any staff, whether the principal is inside or not, everybody will tell you what Nyamitanga is and what it intends to be. We are unique in that when you reach at our constructions, for example, we have a storage building that we have that we started, that we are proud of. We have a workshop, yesterday a workshop. Under Skilling Uganda, under USDP, Nyamitanga is having industrial maintenance with the Center of Excellence. When we were entering a Center of Excellence and entering this partnership of UTC-Bushenyi and networking with these other, the Kalera and the Katwe, we are given different specialties. So Nyamitanga basically is handling industrial maintenance level 3. And
what does that mean to the viewer? Level 3, what does level 3 cover?
Level 3 is a certificate. In our layman's language, it is a certificate. And when we are looking at the progression of this project under USDP, of course USDP is the one that is bringing most of the changes and innovations and reforms. So we are grading our certificates into level 3, level 4, and the others as we shall be possibly explaining. So this level 3 of maintenance is a level that gives a skill, a marketable skill of hands-on, basically, that one can go to the world of work and start doing his, whatever he can do in the world of work. So when we made the curriculum for training under USDP, we had the experts from France. They are the ones who partnered with us, the AFPA, Sifere, and that's where we are originating all these trainings and the reforms.
I hear you.
So they helped us to make the curriculum that can take our trainees to that level 3. And the networking that we have with the UTC-Bushenyi is that Bushenyi has has 2 levels, has the level 3 and the level 4. So the people whom we shall train from Nyamitanga in maintenance will go to UTC-Bushenyi for level 4. And as we continue to plan and with this being helped by the Sifere and these consultants from France, then we shall add on, because we expect, according to the framework, we might reach to level 8.
Hey, just hold it there.
Yes.
Yes. Just hold it right there.
Yeah.
This is Nyamitanga Principal Bafachi Gilvazio. The conversation is very interesting and very enticing. Be a part of the conversation. The hashtag is skills for success. If I could come down to you again, Boaz.
Yes, please.
Let's talk about the mindset. You're in this place, Karera. Do communities understand what your technical institute works or does? And if so, what kind of courses do you offer that people need to understand and be a part of?
Yeah, thank you. Kalera Technical Institute, like I said before, it started so many years ago with a few courses. But both students, staff, and the community knew it as a place where somebody goes as a last resort, maybe academic failure. This person failed secondary.
You failed teaching.
He failed teaching.
Here.
Academic secondary, he fails, then he goes the other side. But when time came on, people started understanding that technical education is the way to go. How did they become aware of that? They looked at the trainees. Even during the time of training, these trainees, during practicals, sometimes go to the field, to the communities. And where there is construction, these people go and do practical from there. So the community started looking at it as, kumbe, these people have a secret. There was a secret in our training. Then we started visiting secondary schools, primary schools, where they have structures, where they have some work, civil works, and then we would work together. Inside, we know our students are gaining practicals, but outside, those people are benefiting because we only ask them to provide material, and then our people will go there. And so that is how the community started knowing the secret in our training. But on the other side of the courses, we are running 7 courses at the moment.
Okay.
We have at national certificate level. We have a national certificate in plumbing, in welding, in electrical, in automotive mechanics, in fashion and design, in agriculture and in
agriculture, what exactly do you deal
agriculture,
with? Value
this is
addition
production, agricultural production. They do practicals. They do like other courses. They go to class, do theories, but go to field, do cultivation. They grow crops, they grow vegetables, and we have also animals like cows and goats and
those.
Yes.
Agriculture. We all grew up from homes where we know how to dig and farm.
Yes.
I want to go a little bit deeper into the agriculture course. What is so unique in that course that a college like yours needs to take it up to actually, take it up? I come from the school of thought that much as people think patriotism is a given, it has to be taught.
Yes.
The same applies to this agriculture. How unique is that course?
Agriculture, the one might be the agriculture people do in villages. But this agriculture we have here is agriculture where we have new methods of agriculture.
Correct.
You have had the people planting and growing like beans, like maize, like coffee, and along the way they don't get good yield when they are harvesting.
And they leave the product.
And they leave the product. Sometimes they are not consistent. If it dies one season, the other day is not consistent, it goes. But when this person comes to our institute, we have specialized instructors who know all that. They take the students through all that process. They know what to use. They know diseases that can affect their crops. They know how they can rear the animals. And this person, once trained here, will go to the field and also teach those people in the field. This is why I've already told you that the community now gets to know that there is a security in our institute by testing on our products.
I love that.
Yeah.
Uncle Wako, there is something he has alluded to, and I want us to post and point about it. Technical colleges' perspective from the localities and the society, there were havens for political failures or educational failures. Like you failed in education, this is the last resort. What they went through is not far from what you went through. Yes. How have you been in position to change that mindset among the local communities that they understand the agenda of technical skilling?
Thank you, Andrew. As he has mentioned, and also as you've mentioned, this has been general, changing the attitude, the mindset of people towards technical education. But now, to begin with, also in Lake Katwe, we are training in national certificate in plumbing, in building and construction. We have national certificate in fashion and design. We have national certificate in electrical and auto mechanics. Now, as products of USDP, we have added on automated production. This is when we can have machines automated. It is, yes, they are digital. Mainly, you find that now that is also another course added on to what we've been training.
But Mr. Wako, before we've added that on, how strong is the capacity of the team of the tutors and the lecturers in this regard to meet the need of the course?
The capacity, that is what we mentioned at first, that they went under, they underwent training in France. Also, not only in France, but we are networking with some industries here. We have institutions like URI. They have some similar machines, and we organize our staff members to get familiar to those machines through those industries which already have them. And also we have a program, though it is not already in high gear, return to industry. These students, I mean the teachers, the instructors, they go to industry to to boost up their practicals or to boost up the skills on these machines.
So these are tutors and teachers returning to the industries to fine-tune what they're teaching, to come back and teach.
Yes.
Yay!
So that is how we are handling. And still, to change the mindset of people, we always move to secondary schools. When we go to secondary schools, we try to tell them what technical education is about.
But do they understand, Uncle Wako, when you go there, do they see this?
When we go, now we move with our students, as you see them, they are putting on well-dressed, like engineers. Now, they help, especially now dealing with electricity. When they see a girl, you go to secondary school, a girl demonstrates electricity.
You know, it intrigues you.
It is. Now everyone wonders.
Correct.
So the next intake, you find that you are enrolling
more girls.
More girls. Because at first even they thought it is for
the boys.
For the boys. So that is how we have tried to change the mindset. And also organizing, like we organize some days for showing up, displaying what we have produced.
So
we call those people.
You open the gates to community.
To the community. They come and see. Then our students take them through of what is being done.
Mr. Wako, what was the first experience when you opened the gate to the public to come and experience what you do? How was your team holding up, especially in terms of feedback?
Of course, the feedback was very positive because majority of them were just passing by the gates of the institute. They never had, even if they came to the institute, they would go to administration and sort out what
without going around.
But at this time, they visited each and every workshop. So now they were so much touched and they got interested in, especially in females, when they are demonstrating what is being done in technical. Also, as you saw our place there, Katwe, you find that now, though these students are not yet qualified, they are the ones who attend on most of the technical works in the town council, like electricity. You'll find them installing power in the community's residence. So there they get to know that in a Katwe they are producing human resource, which is so much important to the community. And that is how we keep on changing the attitude of the people.
I want to come to, again, around the Katwe. The skills and the courses you're giving are national, and I appreciate them. But the main activity of the residents of Katwe, do these courses sync with the sources of, or platforms of activity, economic activity within the area?
Yes, they do.
Like?
For example, as I told you, when we take the course of electricity, the students are so much engaged in the community to do electrical installations. So you'll find that most of our people there are not so much engaged in activities which are so much technical. Apart from now, we have salt mining as one of their economic activity, and also they are fishermen. But now we have carpentry and joinery, so our students tend to play a big role as far as their the boats are concerned. So they are always they always cherishing what is being done at the institute. Construction, go to construction. Each site you see in Katwe, there must be...
You have a representative.
Yes.
Yes.
So now, again, we just have a problem of having them in the class.
Because they're making money now.
Yes, they're already making money.
And that's where I'm coming. When I thank you so much, Mr. Wako. When I come down to Mr. Bafachi, when you listen to all these, the courses that are there, the call to action and the journey, I would like to know especially more about the issue of gender inclusivity. You know, we are all men seated here. Yeah. And I don't know how my producer did it that we didn't get a woman here. But we had some women speak in the clip there. And Nyamitanga, as a connecting institute that connects to Bushenyi UTC, how are you advancing the agenda of gender inclusivity, that women and the girls are at the core of whatever we're doing, regardless?
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Through experience, Andrew, people did not know what technical means. And the technical education or skills development is about training the head, training the hands, training the chest, training the legs, and training the feet.
Technical.
Technical. That's what it means. Actually, for people who don't know, they say, and the abateko. So, Andrew, the word is not a What we train is training the whole person, right away from the head up to the feet. So people are starting to look at the employable skills, not being for only men. Actually, for us in the technical education, we don't even refer to them as the females. We refer to them as the trainees. Because they can do everything. Through the experience that we have seen, even there are ladies who are more competent than men. For example, we have a girl during the skills competition. She's the one who won in mechanics. She's from Nyamitanga. And she's there advancing. So
she won all the institutes?
She won all the institutes in the country. She's in mechanics and driving. She's there. So, skills development. This is on record. This is on record, and even if we call Nakawa now or call skills development, call NFO, call UBTEB, she was actually going to Russia if it wasn't COVID for international skills competition.
Wow.
Now, when it comes to gender, we have trained the people to know that the skills development is all in all for every person in the country, because we all need what to do. People go to institutions, people go to learn or to any school in order at the end of the day to have what to do.
Correct.
So where do people get what to do? Andrew, through experience, we have seen that in other courses, it's like you study and at the end of the day, we are only supplying where there is no demand. So if we are supplying where there is no demand, do we continue supplying? It's like when you get a jerrycan, you put it on a tap, and you start putting water inside the jerrycan. It gets full, and the water splashes down. Even if it remains there 100 hours, the water will continue to spill. So what is the experience now? Do we continue training people when they are not, when we are supplying where there is no demand? So it is the demand. Do the demand want only men? The demand is supposed to be
whoever does the work.
For whoever does the work. So people have really learned that training skills is supposed to go to every person who desires for it. And that's how we are telling the parents, we are telling the guardians, we are telling whoever is having a child to make sure that those people get skills from these technical institutions, from vocational institutions. So we are calling upon all parents that skills development is employable skills. Everyone wants to go outside to have employment. So where can you get the employable skills? Do the people Do the world of work target only men? The world of work is targeting all the everyone. So why can't everyone get skills? So we are actually the campaigns that we are running goes to everybody, goes to ladies, goes to gentlemen, goes to every parent who have produced, even girls. We are urging you to bring ladies so that they have employer skills for the world of work, and they go out when they have the
and that's why
what to do.
That's why I want to come, Bafachi. WACO made it much more clear. We have all these students, we have partnerships with other entities, and they go out and they start to work.
Yes.
How have you been in position to maintain the students to stay focused on the skilling in the wake of money? Because when the money comes in, I'm like, I already have the skill. Do I need to get certified yet I'm already working? And do I need to upgrade now that I have a certificate here at level 3? Do I really need to go to Bushenyi to upgrade because I'm already getting the money? How do you keep your students grounded and balanced, regardless of the networking we're having here for development skilling, that they stay grounded into the pipeline to the very end of the pipe?
Now what we have seen, Andrew, progression is very important in whatever you are doing.
Correct.
Developing a skill higher than what you have been. We train people at the national certificates. Now when you train from Nyamitanga at the national certificate and you go to the world of work, you find that there are other ways where you want to go. Sometimes you feel like, if Andrew made it, why not me? Bafachi now is the principal. He started as a builder right away from the craft.
Wait a minute.
And now he's the principal.
No.
Yes. So why can't I go and be like him?
You're not going to. You started as a builder?
Yes. For me, I started as a builder. Of course, I started from senior 4. I went for craft course. I studied craft. I studied the advanced. I studied the diploma in civil engineering. I went for higher diploma in civil engineering.
You would go back and you do the sand and you go back to class?
First to work, then after 2 years, go back to class. I went for a degree. I'm now a candidate of masters at Chambogo University.
Congratulations.
So you can see the progression is very important. So Andrew, whoever needs the skill, let that person get it, irrespective of the gender and whatever.
I love this conversation you're starting from. And you had not told me that you studied as a builder.
Andrew, it's because I've been far away from you.
What kept you grounded from being a builder to a principal today, regardless of the turbulence that was there? Because times were not easy.
Andrew, the will is very important. And of course, the experience and the imitation. We are imitating some people. For example, some of us grew up looking at Madame Roy, the commissioner. This lady actually inspired most of us. The moment you meet her and you talk to her, she will tell you, what are you, what level do you have now? And you can imagine growing up with those people who have grown up in academics and for you remain a builder. Actually, our biggest campaign now, Andrew, is that people should wake up and progress and move to PhDs in technical education. Actually, that has been the problem. The question that you have been asking us, how we are inspiring these people and getting away with the poor attitude. It's because they would see a person who started the technical would remain a builder, would remain a carpenter.
Correct.
And they would keep referring to, you see, this one remained as a carpenter. Now going technical, he's studying ABM Kono. It's not ABM Kono like I've told you, we study all around. So people thought that when you go to technical institute or to development skills, you remain there as stuck. But we have seen the progression, we have seen people progressing, and actually what we are urging to the communities, to the listeners, to the viewers, is that the technical education is like any other lineup. What is unique within technical education is that when you study skills development, you study employable skills. Other than when you study only knowledge. In other lineup, you study only knowledge. But when you go to the skilling Uganda, when you go to technical education, it's skills development and going in hand in hand with the knowledge. So for us, we are double trained actually. People who study skills, we have that knowledge and we have the employer skills. So Andrew, now like when I'm here, I'm a builder, and at the same time I'm a principal. I can go to entrepreneurship. I can say have bricks and whatever. I can have the welding machines.
And yet you can sit still in the boardroom and give strategy.
Exactly. So what we are saying, Andrew, is that skills development is the way to go. It's not closed to one thing. It has an open mind with the open world, and you can move to everything, you can move everywhere.
Right there.
Yes.
We are going to move to everything, everywhere when we return. In studios with me, I have Bafachi Gilvazio, and I have Mr. Boaz from Karera, that is Karera Technical Institute, and we have Mr. Wako Fred from Lake Katwe. The conversation is about skilling. We're trying to understand what makes these centers of training unique so that you and I can make a principled decision in life to get ourselves skilled. Be part of the conversation. We'll take a break, and when we return, we're going to look at the affordability, we're going to look at the accessibility, and the job and internship placements after you've gone through these technical institutes. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to Skills for Life. I'm Andrew Chamagiro, and this conversation is powered by the World Bank with the Ministry of Health, rather Ministry of Education and Sports, as well as Skilling Uganda. My name is Andrew Chamagiro. In studio with me, I have Mr. Tudia Habwe Boaz from the Karera Technical Institute. We have Mr. Wako Fred from Lake Katwe Technical Institute, and we have Mr. Bafachi Gilvazio from Nyamitanga Technical Institute. Those on Twitter, just some feedback here. There is a gentleman called Joel Chisitu. He says, greetings to you, Mr. Wako. We appreciate you watching you live from Germany. This is one of your former students, possibly. And another person here, this one says, thank you for the show. Problem is, NTV more get. I'm in my second year of a theoretical course. I wish I knew this earlier. David, it's never too late. Shortly after that, you can actually come through. Mariam says, a very great afternoon, a great submission from Mr. Boaz. I think I am learning it. We need to be proud with skills, not with papers. That is something we're getting. Let's just go dive into this. By the way, if you want me to pick your tweet, just put the hashtag skills for success. I'll be in position to read. Mr. Boaz, yes, before we went to the break, we alluded to something called technology advancement. How is the tech leveraging on the network with the Bushenyi UTC with regards to technology advancement there? How do you go around that?
I want to zero on the department called welding and metal fabrication.
Correct.
Because this is the one that mainly World Bank took to facilitate, to give equipment, to train mainly instructors. But before, we have been handling the welding, the street welding, where we have arc. Arc is when we have the welding transformer and use the umeme. And gas, where we have these gas cylinders called acetylene cylinders. So we have been welding windows, doors, and simple other things. But we now have advanced equipment where we may now run from that ordinary welding, and this is why we are telling the country in and outside that whenever one wants to do advanced welding, he should go to Karera Technical Institute, because we have now what we call TIG, MIG. This is advanced welding, where you may not concentrate much on the windows, doors, but let it be pipes for this gas, whatever fuel, oils, and so on. These people are being trained on that high welding equipment. In that way, we feel like we're advancing the technology. Technology these people used to have before, and us as instructors, we thought that was all, and we are comfortable there.
Correct.
But now, when we have this one, we see ourselves as moving forward with this advanced technology.
You trained them from Kalera for that. But before that happened, you used to send them to UTC-Bushenyi? How are you connecting the technologies
before that? No, each of us were operating independently. But with this, we came to know that we need networking. There are some equipments that we may not have, and we have already opened up ourselves, including my colleagues here and UTC-Bushenyi, so that we exchange in so many ways. We may exchange our trainees to go and advance on what they have not seen or have seen on a very small scale at our place, because at UTC there is a very big bigger equipment than ours. So if this person gets skills from ours and maybe is not exhausted, and our trainers who know more may see it wise to transfer this trainee to Bushenyi, and then we call Bushenyi. They have always done it. They have welcomed us, and we have used their equipment. That is networking. And as a way of advancing, we look at theirs as more advanced than us, because ours is at level 3. We are given equipment to handle level 3, like you heard from one of our speakers. And when you go to Bushenyi, you find them handling both level 3 and level 4. Meaning they also have more equipment than
advanced
we don't
to
have
that level.
that are going to handle level 4.
Wow.
Yes.
Very interesting there. Mr. Wako, this equipment Mr. Tuyahawe is talking about requires maintenance. And as technical institutes, you've received this equipment. Crazy in figures. I don't know how much it costs, but it is heavy. I was looking at some of it here. It's very expensive. It's out of this world. How are you maintaining this equipment? Or how do you plan to maintain the equipment?
Yeah, as you've mentioned, it is quite an expensive equipment, and also maintaining it has to be expensive in terms of the running costs, in terms of breakages, but the equipment was supplied. For example, we have lathe machines. These are CNC digital lathe machines. You program, then you feed in the work, you set the machine. For example, if it is the shaft or gears, it produces the product for you. So, but then it goes with a lot of umeme. It consumes power.
Because it's industrial.
Yes, it is industrial. It is heavy equipment. Now, how we are to maintain that, since you find that such an equipment is not in Kasese, is not in the region, maybe apart from at the center of excellence. Now we are trying to partner with these industries around in Kasese to show them what we have and what we can offer to them, such that as we train, we produce. Training with production.
Then you can sustain the operations.
That is how we are planning to do it. Besides those big equipment, as my colleague has said here, we were supplied with also advanced welding equipment. Now, these ones are helping us in the production of mainly the windows, doors. We are engaged in welding and metal fabrication. So, still, we collaborate with our colleagues within here, the neighboring schools. Why don't we supply you with doors and windows for that building you've constructed?
So you're always on the lookout?
Yes.
I love that.
And besides that, also we provide them with our human resource in construction.
The teams you're training?
Yes.
Correct.
With the supervision of the instructors. So after that we say, please, let us have the contract of putting the windows and doors, such that we are able to maintain this equipment and also to pay the umeme because all the equipment uses umeme.
Hey, have you tried to put this before government to possibly give you a grid that is a little bit lesser?
We haven't done it yet officially.
We can think about it.
But then,
from here, because they're watching.
Yes. We also agreed with the at Center of Excellence. We discussed the same in Bushenyi, and we say that we echo our concern. Maybe these umeme people cut down a bit for us, since we are training institutions. To cut down those big costs. So that is how we are planning and how we are maintaining this equipment.
Mr. Bafachi, when you listen to the conversation of Mr. Wako, one, it in a way like sorrows me, but I'm grateful that they've found a way on how to go around it in terms of maintenance and finding the operational cost for sustainability models and all. But let's talk about partnerships. As Technical Institute, how best can we leverage on partnerships that we can actually even bring to the network, that such costs can actually be handled in one way or the other?
Andrew and the viewers, there is a saying in Runyankore that ente wajitwara hamizi tiyo garkuka jin kumizi ngejirete. The government gave us this equipment.
But put it back in English for viewer in Abim to understand what you say. That one in Abim cannot understand.
When you take a cow to the waters, you cannot force it to drink the water.
Correct.
Andrew and the viewers who have been given this equipment, and we are in a partnership with very many groups. Like we are in a partnership with URI, they have said it. We are in a partnership with most of the institutions around the DC country. Now, maintaining these machines, we are looking at a cost benefit of what we have. Can't we make it a business-oriented training? Like, for example, for us who have motor vehicle mechanics and driving, at times we call for short courses. Actually, we are trying to soften what we have been doing so that the training becomes shorter, and we get some money to maintain some of these machines that we are given. We are looking at making these trainings a business way of handling other things. Now, if we can partner with the Lekato, with the Karela, with any other institution, because we have very many institutions, we shall look at how do we make market to what we are doing, so that we can, in return, we get some money to maintain some of this equipment. So the partnership and we are actually now opening up our heads. You know, when we don't have something, you can't market it.
I know.
We are looking at opening up our heads now to look far away from what we have been seeing, to try to brainstorm on how we can maintain these machines.
Rather, Mr. Wako said, for them, they have a machine and they can talk to their partners that, oh, this is how much we can produce. What does Nyamitanga produce?
Nyamitanga, we are in a
with the new machines they have given us.
Yes.
The maintenances.
Nyamitanga, we are in maintenance. We shall produce labor, workforce.
To maintain these.
To maintain other equipment, to maintain for local career, to maintain for... Because ours is maintenance, is training the people who shall maintain this equipment. So if we train 10 people, and the Carrera and the Lekato want people to maintain their machines, then we shall... the
synergy is easier.
That networking will help us that Carrera, please have two from Tanga now that we have finished them. Because in maintenance there is also welding, there is also, or we are looking at all those, at production. We have actually all those components.
Maintenance in industries.
Maintenance in industries. Actually, under what we have learned now, USDP has really opened up our heads broadly.
You can see globally now.
Yes, we did not know that we have all this knowledge. We can think now globally.
Yes.
When we were in France, actually, 3 of us, we have just come from France.
Oh dear.
We learned that most of the trainings are not just done for courtesy. They are done for even business to make sure that to fulfill your needs. Actually, they train very few people, but who are marketable, who have those skills that can sell a person
any day, any time.
Any day, any time. You see, in Uganda, we have been only producing the people we export. Actually, I think we only export like house guards. But now, after USDP, we have learned that the people we shall export shall be skilled laborers. If we train maintainers now, and Andrew, even if we have been training in technical education, we did not know that there are occupations which can really be marketable, and you give them to people. For us, like we have been training carpenters, carpenter and joinery, building construction, we did not know that there are occupations which you validate, and you train a person. If they are saying UK, they want this, they say they want welders, they want machinists, they want maintainers. For us, we have been thinking we can train maintenance, but which part of maintenance?
I want to bring this to you,
yes,
Mr. Mufachi. When you say that, it brings me then to the question: how does all this training we're doing, how does it plug in the national development plan using the parish development model?
Andrew, using how this training is will come into like the national development plans. You see, we are building the 2040 vision.
Correct.
And the 2040 vision is basically from the peasant today to middle class. Like I've told you, that for us we have been training people not knowing the skill, the best skill, the occupation that we shall produce. Like for example, in USDP, we recruited the people for 3 months. And you can't imagine now they are coming out as welders in 2 months. We thought that trainings for 2 years was the best. But after USDP, we are finding that even the 2 months, 3 months, 6 months can produce a person and competently go to the world of work and start working and start gaining money. Actually, right now from this networking with these experts from CIFER and from Canada, those who are partnering with Canada, we are finding it that it is possible, even train to recruit people for a month. You train them on skill. And they come out when they are experts. So in line with the national development plans, if we have been training people to finish 2 years, and these national development plans, they are 5 years. When we train a phase, and we in 2 months we leave the cohort to go to the world of work, they will go to when they get this money from the PDM. Then they will contribute to where they come from. Actually, the program that are coming up, the PDM that is now is coming up, is going to be different from other projects that have been coming up. We are giving money to people who are not trained, who did not have the skills. But now this time, people have skills. We have learned that we shall be recruiting. Actually, now, Andrew and the viewers, we have calls to have people for 3 months training, they go to the industry. 6 months, they go to the industry. And this is what this USDP programs. So the way we are connected, these development plans, if we have been training people for 3 years, for 2 years, we have been wasting their time. Now we are producing people who will, with employer skills, which shall be applied immediately to the world of work, and eventually the vision 2040 actually we shall achieve it. I'm not doubting.
I want to come to you, Mr. Triahabwe.
Yes, please.
When we look at all this, how do we stay compliant to the industry needs? You said that previously you used to train people without understanding what the industries needed. Now you're training them with competence-based needs of the market. How do we stay in touch with them? How often do you meet with these partners Of course, through the network we are having there.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Andrew. The network begins from the ground, the communities, because even the communities, there are those small-scale industries. Now, these small-scale industries do a lot of things. And when they come, like you heard from one of my colleagues, we have opened our gates to allow these people come in and see what we are doing. Sometimes these people come and ask, do you have a group of people who can do for me this and this? For example, if there is construction in the village, these people will go. If there is of recent, there is a diocese headquarters at Kabohe. They are constructing so big buildings.
It's a big cathedral there.
Yes. But these people came to our place because it's a market and like we are selling our products. And when these people come, for us it is a pleasure. We believe our students are going to gain more skills while the other ones are getting labor.
Money and labor.
Yeah. So they went and they did the work. The same group went and they constructed something at one of the secondary schools. So that is at a lower level. But in other companies, we believe after training, like today, we are training a cohort in welding for short course. Very soon they will go because on Monday they are going to get assessed. And when they go, they will be ready to do whatever it needs in welding. Companies that will need experts in advanced welding will not look for them anywhere else. We expect them to come to Karera. And if they plan to do something in welding in advance, they may come. And before they come even, we move around during IT, industrial training, placements, and looking for those placements or trainings. We learn more from them. We develop the need. We find a company and we know this company must be needing our human resource. Then we go down and we work together asking, don't you think you will not need these people to help you in this? You may find this person doesn't know that we have it. So that's how we link up to show them that we have the products he may need, to show him that we can do some things together that he would be thinking to come to Kampala when he has actually left them at Karera. So we have that kind of network to show people that whatever they need outside the country, or even in Kampala or Jinja, where they say they are,
it's right there.
Karera is there and it is near them. So we are trying to bridge that gap. They come closer to us, we come closer to them, we do the services, they gain, and at the same time we and our students gain.
Mr. Wako, when you hear Boaz explain all these, it brings me to the internship placement and job placement. Oftentimes, people who come from the technical institutes and colleges, we are thinking they're job they're job creators. But a couple of them, they depend on where they actually did the internship. We want to understand, how does it work for you at Lake Katwe? How do you make sure that there are internship placements for these, students, or even job placements in that regard, depending on the networking we are having with the UTC-Bushenyi?
Thank you, Andrew. Industrial training is part of the training ever since technical started. So now it is more or less compulsory. It is compulsory because it is an exam. It is assessed. So everyone has to do if he is to qualify or to get his transcript. Otherwise, he will get a retake in it. So in Lake Katwe, we have an office for industrial training master who moves to industries to get places. First of all, we give the chance to the students to choose where they prefer training from.
The students?
Yes,
okay.
Themselves. Now, also, the industrial training master takes the responsibility of moving to industries. Mainly we prefer industries within the region, not to go very far. So
is there more monitoring and supervision?
Yes. So now, for those ones who will not have got where to be placed themselves, now the industrial training master will place them on those in those industries where he will have succeeded. So always how we have kept this, we get feedback from the industry, how the students are behaving, where we should do change, and also they give us the minimum number they are to take. So what it is, first of all, we concentrate on the discipline of these students when they are in industry, such that they don't cause any negativity.
For the brand?
Yes. Such that next time when we go asking for the same, we are welcome with the 2 hands.
Correct.
Oh, like a Katwe, oh, those are hardworking students. They are well behaved. So that is how we keep maintaining, but still you find that because of the quality of the students we bring out, the industries themselves give us a chance to write to us that during this time get us so many in this field to come to this industry. So now that is how we maintain it.
Mr. Wako, does that then inform how fast you need to deal with that particular course, or you will still depend on the timeline? You've said that this course is for 4 months. You'll have to wait for 4 months to get that batch that big.
Oh, okay. It is good that these people in industry, they know our calendar.
Okay.
They know that right now our students are studying and they are to do exams and be dispersed for industrial training in such and such a month. Or if there is urgency, they write to us to get those ones who completed.
And they're already out, they graduated.
Yes. Can you get us some 10 electrical students who completed? Because we have their records, we give calls to those who will not have been placed somewhere. Then that is how we keep on linking with those people.
Friends, if you're just joining us this afternoon, we are having a conversation about scaling for success. The conversations are from Karera Technical Institute, the conversations from Lekatui Technical Institute, and Nyamitanga. It's very breathtaking. There is a lot going on. Mr. Bafachi, let's talk about the international accredited kind of courses that I've been hearing about. Now that you're from France, all of you are just from there, you've seen the power that is. If a student comes to your institutes, how are they helped to have an international accreditation? And what's the process like? And how long does it take?
International accreditation, now in Uganda we have very few institutions that have been accredited. Like in Sita and Girdizi, there are about 5 institutions. And some other institutions have partnerships. Like, for example, now all the USDP institutions who have been in a partnership with these international institutions. And like Bushenyi, who have been in partnership with France. And that's why we went to AFPA for training, and actually about 36 staff members from Bushenyi with its VTIs, Nyamtanga, Karera, and Lekatwe have been trained. So the international accreditation is good because those who have been accredited, those certificates, can work international everywhere. But even in these other institutions, we have the certifications of DIT. If you get a certificate and it is certified by DIT, then it allows you to work internationally. So these international accreditations are very good, and these partnerships that we are seeing are really interesting. and they are helping our institutions to have our graduates work around the world. So we are actually pushing for serious partnerships with these international institutions like AFPA. When we came from there, we told them not to stop at USDP, but to have our staff members. Actually, we feel like we can even partner with them at the individual institutions when the USDP project ends, so that we take once in a while some of our staff to be trained from there, because these international accreditation certificates gives you a chance to work in Europe, in Asia, in America, and automatically this is what we are looking at. So we are urging actually the partners to continue pushing for accreditations so that we can get accredited, like about 50 institutions out of 137 institutions, technical institutions that we are having.
Okay, thank you so much. We're still getting feedback online here. Young Chief, that is David Kabashaba. He says Ugandan youth need life skills, and I think this is a nice target for every Ugandan. Thanks for the show. Thank you so much. Then Leslie KB9 on Twitter says, thank you so much for this program. Indeed, skilling is the way to go in translating economic growth and development of a country. However, I also do believe that training professional social development workers and public administrators is equally important. One day, one time, we shall have those from Nsamizi, and we see how the conversation goes. The people here, this one says, okay, that is Kisitu. Thank you so much, Kisitu. The other person here, just saw a tweet just up here. Someone said that thank you so much, NTV, and having this conversation. One thing for sure is that we need to change the mindset of our people when it gets to technical schooling. But I need to understand, how long do the courses take? And I'll send these to Mr. Boas Turiahabwe. How long do all these courses take? Because we've been talking, oh, there is this course, or there is that course, or there is this skilling. How long? What is the longest course at Kalera? How does it cost in terms of months? And what is the shortest?
Thank you, Mr. Andrew. Like you said before, we have categories.
Correct.
We have those trainees who come and enroll for national certificates. The curriculum is there. It is examinable by UBTEB, and the course duration is 2 years. If it is a national certificate, this person comes well prepared to have a course of 2 years. And after the second year, actually after the first year, he or she is assessed. The second year is assessed to have a final assessment and a final certificate for 2 years course in the area that this person has chosen. Automotive mechanics, welding and metal fabrication, plumbing, fashion and design, electrical installation, to mention but a few. But then there are these other courses we call short courses, modularized courses. Here you can choose to have trainees for 3 months, and then you come, talk to UBTEB or DIT, they come and assess them. Like I think I mentioned it before, that I have a cohort under USDP that these people are training hands-on, typically hands-on. There is no writing, there is no storytelling, but it is hands-on welding. And these people have been registered. UBTEB is going to assess them on Monday. 3 months, 2 months, and they will go. They will either come back for another level or go to field and start working. So these are the 2 categories I can basically tell this person.
Mr. Wako, the shortest and the longest course when we go to Lake Katwe, how long are they?
We are equally the same, as he has said. We have those ones which are national certificates. For them, they are 2 years mandatory before one full time. Then we have those short courses of 3 months. Now, we have those of 2 years, 3 months, but then We have courses on the new equipment we've got, whereby the industry, because amongst the students we are to train, even those ones from industry,
they need to come back.
They need to come and train from our, especially as he has talked of maintenance, those people in industry who are dealing with maintenance, they have to come. So now, like such category, they come with a specific area they want to zero on. That now, here you are, maybe I've got people from HIMA, they wanted to train on the CNC lathe machine, say that which is the area to be trained on. That area might take a month or 2 weeks. So we do not have a fixed, but others will go on depending on the need of the industry.
I love that.
Or the training.
I really love that.
Yes.
When we come to Mr. Bafachi,
yes.
I didn't know how to weld, but I got exposed before. I have this knowledge. I've done this for like 2-3 years. When I come to the college, do I actually qualify to actually go through the maintenance? I was doing maintenance. I was learning from my brother Boaz, who did maintenance. He told me how to do this, how to do that. When I come with my pre-exposure kind of training, how are my odds to join the Technical Institute?
Thank you, Andrew. Actually, you have asked me the real question. Somebody asked me before
I'm
I
a
entered.
typical muntu.
Before I entered here.
Yes.
Now, Nyamitanga has the courses ranging from 2 weeks up to 2 years. Because, like we have said,
wait, 2 weeks non-stop?
Yeah, non-stop 2 weeks.
Okay.
Hands-on skills in different courses. You know, with the President's manifesto, it is saying access to skills for all. We don't have even minimum qualifications for some of these people because most of the people were trained on the job, the apprenticeship. So those who were trained on a job and now they need a certificate, they come for 2 weeks. We train them, we register them with the now BTEP, and they give them certificates. Because remember, we had said that with the skills training, we are not looking at the certificates. We are looking at what do you have in the market, what are you going to take there, what employable skill do you have in your hands and your heads and in your feet and in your legs. So we have that access. Then we have courses for 3 months. For 3 months, like we have finished 300 people under USDP training. We graduated them. They are now in industrial training. And we have, during industrial training, we follow them up and see what they are doing. Then we have 6 months course. Actually, that one is sponsored by KCB Foundation and GIZ. They study for 3 months at the institution, hands-on only. And then we send them for 3 months in industry. And we visit them almost in Nyamitanga, in Kampala, in Mbarara. These people have our trainees. We follow them up. After 6 months, most of the people actually remain with them. Like Kakashi remained with about 30 people. Vyavechi remained with our 40 people. These are bigger companies, construction. These are good companies. Actually, Kashi even started the Kampala when he got these trainees from us. They are now graduates under KCB. So we have been training like that. And after 2 years, Andrew, what is special with us? We have a tracer study of where our graduates have gone. We follow them to see, are they doing what they trained from? Actually, that's what leads them to career progression. Because when we meet them there under this tracer study project, we ask them if they are satisfied with what they are doing. And if they are ready even to progress within their, so that they can master the skills that they got from Nyamitanga. And we have seen that people are really moving up, and that's the success that we have as the Nyamitanga Technical Institute.
I love this. Mr. Boaz.
Yes, please.
I I really love all this, but some of us may not have the money to come to the Technical Institute. We're coming from, you know, peasant families.
Right.
And what you're saying, the equipment is expensive to maintain, the operational costs are that. Do you at times have scholarships? And if you do have scholarships, how do we access it as citizens?
Yes. Yeah, before you come to scholarships, there's one other arrangement that is close to scholarship that I want to begin with.
That would be very interesting.
These institutions are in our localities, in the communities down there. And you know, muntu wa bulijjo, some people don't have money, like you said.
Correct.
But these are farmers who may have grown maybe beans, cassava,
maize,
matoke, and so on. This person comes and expresses his or her interest, have a child, have no money, but of course we need these Ugandans to access these skills. So we allow this person to come in, and then we also make like an exchange.
Barter trade there.
Yeah, it's barter trade here.
We're going to give
beans,
this.
We get beans, we get maize, we get bananas, and then we equate how much approximately do you think it can take, so that we don't lose this child.
Wow.
This person comes and gets skills. Then the other side of scholarship, we have our government of Uganda that has this slot given to us. Like every enrollment, every academic year, we are given 50 students to come and government sponsored, where the government pays some portion and another smaller part
covered by the individual,
by the parent. Although we are still trying to talk to those people in high offices that they can increase that number, so that most of them, because when it is time like now we are going to enroll, all people will be coming, government, but we have a limit of 50 sometimes. So we are trying to ask the government to increase on this, so that people who don't have the ability to pay fees can also use this slot and gain the skills.
I love that.
The rest pay. Because you know their services, like you know,
their costs
maintenance.
as well.
We have machines, we have to maintain them, we have to pay human resource, you know, so many other things.
The operation costs have to run.
Yes.
Mr. Wako, I totally agree with him, because you're in the same boat there. Let's talk about disability. How best we bring in people with impairments at some layers, because we're dealing with technical, it's some things for hands and all, but there could be someone who has an impairment somewhere, but they're actually skilled on the other. How do we integrate them into the agenda?
Thank you, Andrew. That is a bit technical.
We are a technical skilling conversation here.
Because like when we started, we are all products of technical. But before, you could find that if somebody has a disability, that could disqualify such a person from joining technical.
Correct.
Because we deal with the lifting, we work with our hands. And so far, we have not, in Leke Katwe, we have not yet got a clear policy to incorporate people with disabilities in our training.
But is it something we should wait for coming?
But as of now, what we can afford is, in a given course, like fashion and design. We have many girls, those who have disabilities, they join fashion and design because it does not involve a lot of lifting. They don't involve
just being
fighting.
Creative.
Yes, as long as he can be able to operate the machine, that one can be taken on. And the beauty with it is that you find that Now those people are so much motivated that even the president included them in the scientists.
Correct.
They are scientists. And even all the teachers, they are paid as scientists. So that one motivated everyone in that course, because we had few students before. And mainly it is always taken up by females.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is nice.
So I do not know how whether my colleagues
Mr. Bafachi, do you mind jumping into that? The issue of inclusion?
No, I can. Yeah, of course, Nyamtanga has access to very many groups. And we have actually admitted some of those disability persons. And we treat them differently. And actually, even at the assessment, UPTEB sends the special people to assess them. We have a special room when they are going to do examinations. You find UPTEB has sent somebody special to assess those people.
To them.
Yeah, so we actually admit them irrespective of what impairment, like whatever disability somebody has. We group them and give them their time, different from what others are doing, so that we at least give them access to skills.
Gentlemen, we have said all the good things that needs to be done at the technical institutes. Now let's hear the challenges. Where are the bottlenecks? Let me start with you, Mr. Boaz. What is challenging in the line of duty there?
Before that, I wanted also to supplement on this. These payments.
Please.
You see, we started talking about the attitude, the positivity, mindset of people. Like they used it to know, failing, academic failures, so they go to this. They also looked at this person who is disabled, like, what is he going to do, what is he going to do? But those were days when we used to have this manual operated equipment, but now we have electrical operated.
And it's digital.
It is digital. Now one with a sewing machine, which is electrical operated, you don't need to pedal, no. You just sit there. These are girls and even boys who are doing this work. Somebody sits there and the machine does the work as long as you power it. Now the bottlenecks. One, our parents are poor. One. If we talk of how much this person is going to pay, because of course you consider if this person is going to come in, is going to be trained, he needs an instructor, he needs training materials, he needs
the
welfare, utilities and so on. So as you compare all this, you look at the final cost that this person must meet. Most of these people don't have the capacity. I think that was one of the reasons you asked me the sponsorship,
the scholarship,
and so on. But of course we cannot manage all. They will come so many. You cannot manage all. You only agree on some small terms and they accept. The other issue is, much as we are saying attitude has changed, mindset is changing, there are still people there who need more sensitization. You tell them this is the way to go. People don't allow your child to go the other side as long as you are not sure of what will come tomorrow.
Correct.
This person will say, technical. Abalala bajja kutusekerera omwana waffe atasome technical because a neighbor's child is now progressing through the academic line. But this means money. So that attitude line is still there, which we need also to pay attention to. Another bottleneck is our trainers, like us, we were trained in those days where we did not have all this. Sensitization was zero, equipment was very
close to impossible.
So some of these people are still in those days, especially when it comes to our trainers who are a bit aged, nearing 60s there. These ones are not easy to change. They are not easy to change. They remain there, but we are trying to pull them
to be flexible.
To be flexible. And how are we doing this? we engage them in workshops, training workshops, so that where we have a workshop organized, we send these people so that they go there and change views, ideas with other colleagues who are now of a very new young generation, so that they are compatible
with it. That makes a lot of sense. Mr. Wako, any other challenge possibly Boaz could have missed out?
Yeah, it's like we have the same challenge, but as we said right from the beginning, that the attitude even right from the parents, they don't normally give first priority to these students
of technical. Correct.
Because a student can come at school not even paying half of the school fees. Now when you talk to the parent, he says, I first took these ones of secondary, I have again one in primary, so how about this one?
You'll bear with me for some time.
So that complete attitude change, the mindset change is still lacking. People have to totally change. Two, technical education is very expensive. No wonder we can see primary schools, secondary schools, mushrooming. Yes, but you'll never say technical institute in a region that one is a private one. If they are there, they are just counted on the fingertips. Because it is very expensive to maintain it. As you are there, the women people have come. Machines use power. As you are there, the water people. As you are there, the material, the machines need materials
to run.
You have to go to hardware shops to get those materials. Also, another challenge I would see, which needs to be a policy maybe, is that we still have some, in our country, we still have some industries with resistance to admitting industrial training students. So if, like some people, some industries, which I may not mention, they ask for money.
To have a placement?
Yes, the student has to pay.
That is wrong.
To be trained. So if a policy is put in place for these industries to readily accept the students for industrial training, that will have solved a lot of it.
Yes. Mr. Bafachi, finally with you, what are the very last challenges possibly you're facing as an industry?
The challenge I wanted to add on Kasese, the policy is coming. With TVET policy, we are looking at the levy to give it to these industries so that the people who are training our trainees may not pay taxes. So the levy, I think, under the TVET policy will solve that. Now the last bottleneck is infrastructure. Technical education, before actually USDP, we did not have the pleasing infrastructure. People would look at technical buildings.
I saw your first building there, you saw it?
So people who started from these big schools in the area and whatever, expected to find the same accommodation facilities, classroom environment facilities at Nyamitanga, than what they left.
Yes.
So you find that we still have that challenge. Our technical institutions haven't got those infrastructure which can fit to those who came from those big schools. Then secondly, Andrew, we have a big challenge that this time when we started the short courses, we are receiving people whom we did not expect. Actually, within our short courses, I saw it like in this USDP training, when we decided to admit 300 students. We admitted people of master's level, those higher classes. And with their past degrees and their masters, they expect to have the better environment when they come to our institutions. And remember, for us, we call people with actually with minimum qualifications like zero, because we are going to train them in skills, and then you receive a PhD person because he has been there, he trained and has been there without job. Now when he has a sponsorship under SDP at Nyamtanga, they come first and they register. Now when they don't find the environment they expect, then they feel this diverted, and now
it's a mindset issue.
The mindset issue. So changing that person, that he or she came for a training, not again the knowledge line that he had. It is becoming challenging actually to us, but we are trying.
Well
yes,
done.
Yes.
Gentlemen, our time is up, but I really want to thank you for the time you've come through, Mr. Tuliahabwe Boaz from Kadera Technical Institute, Mr. Fred Wako, thank you so much from Lake Katwe, Mr. Bafachi from Nyamitanga, and you, our great viewer. I really want to thank all of you who have been watching this program. Remember, it was powered by the World Bank and the Ministry of Education and Sports, of course, in collaboration with Skilling Uganda. The question is, every Wednesday we have this conversation about skilling. If you're just one of those who just keeps on watching and you don't take action, you're missing out. If you're a parent and you're within the Western region and all you have access to Nyamitanga, Kalera and the Lake Katwe Technical Institute, please go and take your child there. You can only have a lot of documentations, degrees, PhDs, masters, whatever you call it. If you don't have a skill, you're not ready to the next agenda of this country. My name is Andrew Chamago. The challenge is go get a skill.